A lot of people have been asking me lately, Tony, should I buy property or what's COVID going to do? Is the market going to crash? Are we going to go and have a big spill? Are all these lockdowns about to really affect property and the price of property? So look, I'm going to give you a quick overview here of where I see the whole situation. A lot of people are a little bit hesitant. You know, you're sitting there thinking, watching the news and watching all the bullshit that they're putting on the media and all the scare and all the fear stuff that's coming out. And that's making people a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky, a little bit vulnerable. And when you go out and invest, you don't want to be doing something in a fearful state or having a bit of doubt about you, right? You need to know and understand what you're about to do. So will COVID have a big effect on property? Well, I can tell you right now, it's already had a massive effect, but it's not in the way that these bullshit artists told us back in March 2020. They said to us out in the media, and all the hysteria that went on with the start of the COVID was this: the property market's going to drop 40%, it's going to drop 50%, it's going to drop 45%. They kept coming out with all these big media reports, blowing it out of proportion, putting fear into the god of a lot of people. And I had a client call me up 6 months into the COVID. He said, Tony, thank Christ you put out a video for us back in March telling us to stay calm, keep your cash flow under control, properties aren't going to crash 40, 50% like the media are telling us, right? And my client at the time was about to sell a couple of properties, and he's told me since he's so glad that he didn't because he's kept them, and his properties have gone through the roof, right? So properties have gone up in every capital city in Australia and in just about every regional city in Australia. Now, people say, well, will the bubble burst? Will the bubble burst? Is this the end of the thing? What's going to happen? Is it going to drop 20, 30%? Right, well, think about this. We've got record low interest rates. We've got good employment in this country. People are earning good money. People haven't been spending money during lockdown. People are cashed up. People have got money to buy. We've got first home buyers in the market. We've got government funding and schemes are out there. But here's what's happening now in the market, and this is probably what you don't know, is that land is now selling, and I see this every day of the week, into 2022, into 2023, right? So every time now a developer lets a land release out, it might be 20 blocks of land, 25 blocks of land, they're telling me that they've got anywhere from 30 to 100 buyers sitting there ready, waiting to go, trying to get a block of land. So that means if they've got 30 getting released today and there's 80 buyers sitting there, there's 50 people that are going to miss out. I can also tell you for us that when we're putting together house and land packages, I'm putting together positive cash flow packages, the biggest challenge we've got right now is getting hold of land. But look, here's what you need to think about. Why would you worry about a market thinking today, will it go down? Will it crash? Why would you worry about that today if you're in the market for long-term capital growth? Because here's what I teach all my clients. Don't focus on today. Focus on where will this property be 5, 10, 15, 25 years from today. What's going on in this area today? What's going to make this area a good buy, a good investment? What's going to make this area in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from today? We're doing properties right now in Australia, in Victoria and in Queensland, where I know there is billions and billions and billions of dollars of projects and infrastructure and government spending and employment and jobs and population growth that's going to send those markets through the friggin' roof. So the message for you here is pretty simple. Investing in property comes down to one thing. It's up here. It's how your mindset is. So I would give you a couple of little short tips here. Stop watching TV. Stop watching the media. They are just feeding us a load of crap. Half the shit that I see on TV, this is facts, folk, half the crap I see on TV about property and the property market, I've seen different things happening either 6 months, 3 months to 6 months in advance, or I already see things that are moving and going in a different direction to what these idiots are out there telling us. So newspapers, media, radio, TV, don't get too sucked into it, right? I follow some of the best market research people on this planet in Australia, right? That's where I get my data. That's where I get my intel. That's where I get my knowledge. I can tell you right now, there's a suburb in Melbourne. I've invested in there years ago, and I've got a heap of clients who are invested in this particular area. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people that live in that particular suburb, and it's only 5 k's from the CBD in Melbourne, 90% of people that live there don't even know what's going on in their own backyard. Now, I can tell you right now, construction started on a $1.5 billion hospital. There's 2,200 construction jobs. There's going to be 2,200 health jobs. When that builds, there's a university there. There's major shopping centres. There's trams, there's trains, there's buses, there's transport, there's schools, there's infrastructure. We're 5 k's from the city, etc., etc. Now, here's the thing that I know about that suburb that a lot of people don't know. Aside from that project I just spoke about, there are 62 projects approved for construction in that one suburb of Melbourne. One suburb, 62 projects. And right now, including the a couple of the bigger infrastructure projects that are happening in and around that area as well, right now there's about $7.7 billion worth of stuff happening right here and right now as we speak. So folks, here's what you need to do if you want to invest. Don't get caught up in all the bullshit. Don't let that crap stop you and hold you back and create the fear. I know people on my database I've been talking to for years that are still sitting there. Oh, is it a good time to buy? Or is it a good time to invest? Well, listen here. If you had did it 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, where do you think you'd be today? Are you going to sit there now for another 3 years, another 5 years, and just wait for the perfect time? So if you know how to buy right, and you know how to buy well, and you know how to buy in the right area, in the right location, you won't go too far wrong, folks. And if you're focusing on holding on to it, letting the time do its work, letting the population grow, letting these projects grow, letting these big things happen all around us, then there's only one way property can go, it can uplift. Here's one last thing I'll leave you with. When this COVID bullshit's over and done with, right, and at some point in time it will be, do you think the immigration gates to this country might open up? And do you think a lot of people from all over different parts of the world have been looking at Australia thinking, holy shit, there's hardly anyone died over here. I think, yeah, I might go and live there. Now, when that happens, we could have 200,000 or 300,000 or 400,000 people hit our shores within a year to 2 years of this COVID getting over. So when they all get to Australia, guess what? The average immigrant comes to Australia and they rent for between 3 to 5 years before they buy. So hello, do you get it? I hope you do. If you want to know a bit more, you want to get a bit of an understanding, contact me direct. I'll talk to you over the phone. I'll do a call with you. I'll give you a Pathway to Freedom coaching call. And let's talk about what we can do to you. Because if I can give you that bit of knowledge, that bit of expertise, that little bit of mindset that gets you in the right direction and moves you on the right path, then I'm pretty sure I can help you do better in life so that you and your family get from where you are to where you want to be. Get out of being stuck. Get out of staying broke. Get out of being caught up in the superannuation bullshit too, where you're not going to have enough super and your super's going to get wiped out in a stock market crash. Take control of your money. Take control of your mind. Take control of your money. Take control of your future. It's all up to you. It's your choice. Do something today.